Two strangers crossed paths on a lonely highway in 1989. One drove away, and the other? Well, no one lived to tell his side of the story. In the shadowy recesses of America's highways, Aileen Wuornos, a woman with a deeply troubled past, embarked on a grim and unrelenting killing spree. Wuornos, often referred to as one of the first female serial killers of modern times, left behind a trail of bodies, each victim more haunting than the last. What drove her to such depths of violence? Was she a monster born from unimaginable trauma, or a victim of society's neglect, lashing out in desperation? A month later, Charles Carskaddon, a rodeo worker with dreams of settling down, found himself at the wrong place at the wrong time. He was shot 9 times in cold blood, his body left to decompose along an isolated stretch of road. The sheer brutality of this killing hinted at something far more sinister lurking beneath Wuornos' troubled exterior. This wasn't about survival. This was anger, retribution, and a growing thirst for blood. Then came Peter Siems, a retired merchant seaman whose fate remains one of the eeriest mysteries tied to Wuornos. Siems's car was found abandoned, smeared with Wuornos' fingerprints, but his body was never recovered. Like a ghost lost in the wind, he simply vanished. A haunting reminder of the countless souls left behind on Wuornos' dark path of destruction. 2 more men followed, all of whom were shot dead and robbed. Wuornos was apprehended in 1991 after police tracked her through fingerprints left at crime scenes. Her trial was a spectacle, and although she initially insisted the killings were in self-defense, she later admitted to some being motivated by robbery. Despite her defense team's efforts to highlight her mental instability, she was sentenced to death. Follow for part 3, where Troy Burress and Walter Jeno met their brutal ends. Was Wuornos driven by survival or by something darker? Comment below, what's your take on Aileen? Victim or monster?